Okay, so Vulcan, so I have some question for last game. Last game was like pretty close, and you play Alistar pretty well. What do you think about last game?
I think our early lane ball went pretty wrong. Early on in the lane. I think we messed up level one. Sven got hooked. I should probably tank, and then it was like we were behind, right? And we were able to claw our way back in. Like I feel like we kind of do most games against the top teams. We're able to find our way back in mid game, but
Yeah,
this time it just came down to a elder fight, and elder fights are generally pretty volatile.
yeah,
We were able to secure the burger flip somehow, but Zed got one shot by Gangplank, and I don't know. I think if we play the fight again, maybe we'd win, right? So that kind of fight, and it just sucks because it feels like there was a lot of those situations so far in the Rumble stage where one little thing goes wrong and we end up losing a game that was easily winnable.
yeah. I mean, like when I watch your games, like you guys are play like pretty well, like against like really good top teams, but like somehow like failed to get a win against them in the end. What was the main reason, as you think?
I'd say it probably comes down to decision making, like in the moment, like split second, like decisions that you have to make, and
Hmm.
that's like what these top teams are really good at is like forcing you to make a decision,
Yeah,
and if you pick the wrong one, then they're just gonna win. So it feels like I feel like it kind of comes down to experience a little bit, and kind of composure, I guess. And yeah, it's just like decision making was kind of the main issue in a lot of these games. I would say the last one not so much.
yeah.
Um, because then I mean Zen go one shot back game flank, right? That's not really a decision that he made. It's just individual play, or maybe the barrel should have been hit, or maybe game flank should have been CC'd or something, right? So
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like when I talk with other players, they like everyone say like C9 is like pretty strong team, but like they say you guys can beat whatever team, but you guys also can lose to whatever team. I think that's kind of like unstable. I think so, but today you guys finally collect the first win on the stage. How do you think about that?
Well, no shit, no like no shit to Pentanet, but I think
Mm.
they're kind of a assumed win for everyone in the group right now.
Mm-hmm.
I love that they made it here. I think all the pairs are very nice, and but I just think they're not the same level as the other teams here.
Yeah.
And I guess now you could argue that we're not as well, but hopefully, the way we play these games can prove that that's wrong. Um,
Mm.
but
I
yeah,
see.
I think winning that game didn't feel like. I mean, it felt good, right? But it didn't feel that good just because it's a must win versus Pentanet, and we need
Yeah.
more wins versus other teams, right?
I see. So, but today, the bad news is PSG got a win against RNG. I think that's like kind of like bitter news for you guys. What do you think about PSG?
Yeah, I think they're good, man. Like, um, I feel like the community's kind of flaming us for losing to them.
Mm-hmm.
And they're not a major region or something, but I feel like Taiwan has always been a pretty good region, and I think their team is pretty strong.
Yeah.
They just showed that by beating RNG.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't personally feel shame to losing to them, um, or to losing in any team in a Rumble stage that we lost to so far.
Yeah.
So that's that, yeah.
I see. But like you guys like beat like Damongia like at least like before lumber stage. I think that game like really show you guys can have really good potential. But like what's like when I watch you like from final like you guys coming back from 0-2, and I think I don't know people some people say it's like Puck's magic or whatever, but like you guys always like having hard time in early time, and later you guys are getting strong. So I truly believe you guys can come back like really strong. But what was the reason like you guys having hard time in early and then getting strong? Is there any reason?
Honestly, I'm not sure because also at the start of the year in scrims, we would always lose the first game of
Mm-hmm.
like no matter what versus any team, we'd always lose the first game of scrims. And in the lock-in tournament, we would go down 0-1 against TSM in the best of three, and then
Yeah.
reverse sweep that one. We went 0-2 against Northern Thieves.
Mm-hmm.
Reverse swept. We went 0-2 against TL, almost reverse swept. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't know. I think we play slow. We start slow, I guess,
Yeah.
which is definitely not a good thing, right? Hopefully, we can fix that going into well, now we're pretty late into the tournament, right? So it's too late for that. But going into summer split and into worlds, we can fix that. but I'm not too sure why it happens. I guess we try hard more when we lose to these teams, and then we feel worse and grind more. Maybe I'm not sure,
Yeah.
but
I
it's
mean,
not happening.
like I'm positive guy, but it's like you guys already lose first game against each team on lumber stage. So I hopefully you guys gonna be like next other game. So okay, so another question is considering about only ball lane. Which ball lane is like most difficult against play against?
I think RNG's balling is the most difficult one to lane against.
Mhm.
I feel like their whole team plays very well around balling, and they also like both of them very good. And Gala kind of fills Uzi's shoes well, I guess.
Mhm.
That was like the discussion mark for him, I guess, coming into RNG. I think they're very good.
But when you play against PSG Botio, how did you feel that they're strong? Because today PSG Botio literally like killing RNG Botio. So what do you think about PSG Botio?
I'm not sure about their DC.
Mhm.
I guess maybe I haven't watched him enough, but every time I see Kaiwing, I feel like he's at a lot of international tournaments
Yeah.
for a while now. I think he's very good. I respect Kaiwing. I think he plays well. He kind of smurfed on Leona versus us in the game that we played against them.
Mhm.
I think Kaiwing's good. I'm not sure if they're better than RNG after one game,
Yeah.
but they're pretty good.
I see. So when you count the chance of the like get out of lumber stage, how percent you think?
50%. Either we do or we don't.
Yeah, I like it. Okay, so, but okay, so now kind of like out of the question, but Rainover couldn't come there, right? Because the visa problem. Is that really like big for you guys? Like anything different?
Yeah, I mean, I think it's annoying to have our head coach be online. Like, there's delays. Sometimes he can't hear what we're saying, or he's trying to speak, and he's coming from a speaker, so he doesn't have the same impact as him being in the room and screaming
Yeah.
at us. So definitely hurts to not have our head coach here. I'm not gonna say we lost games because of that, or that we're playing worse because of that, but it's just a bad situation to be in. I think also Mithias stepped up like well. Into the head coach position. So I wouldn't say that's part of the problem, but it definitely sucked that Renova couldn't come.
How does the like have like work with the like old G2 players like Parks, Sven, Missy? Do they have like something like special, like compared to other players?
I mean, I think EU pro players in general are very different than NA players, and they're all like pretty funny from my experience, and they all have like old stories that they're sharing about each other or their teammates and stuff like that, and they're like reminiscing the whole times, and it's fun to kind of learn about the G2's past and things like that. So
Yeah.
I mean, they're all like fun guys to work with and play with, so it's enjoyable to play with them.
Oh, so especially with Sven, you play with him like really kind of like long time. So what's the best thing about him as opposed to?
I think the best thing about Sven is his landing phase compared to other ADCs that I play with. I think he's better than what Piglet was, and I thought it was like Piglet was the best in the world when I played with him back in academy, right, and LCS. And I think Sven's very good laning, and he's like also a very good thing of him is he's very hardworking. He's always spamming solo queue games, and that's nice to see. Like if your teammate's always grinding, you see how important it is to them. So also motivates you. So I think that's a great thing in him.
Yeah, I mean like I remember when I play solo queue and I play against you guys, and then I was like, holy shit! And it's like C9 Botio just like slaughter my AD carry every time. So it was like kind of nightmare for me. So okay, so
Sorry about that.
yeah. Okay, so lastly, any words to any fans because they are kind of like, oh, why C9? Like, I think if you guys were like just losing like all the game like really weak, I think people didn't not gonna expect much. But I think people are kind of like, why? Because you guys were showing really good games, but somehow losing in the end. So yeah, I like, is there any words to like any fans?
Yeah, I mean, I'm sorry for the way we weren't able to convert wins like, in games that were pretty close. And also, thank you to the fans who have been nice to us in the hard times. I think I've gotten a lot of DMs from fans that I've not replied to, but I see them, and they're all cheering and still supporting us. So I appreciate that a lot. And thank you guys.
Yeah, I mean, my last words for you is just I was 0-4. It was kind of like same as you, but yeah, somehow we almost I my tier was almost coming back, But I think you guys are better than, like, at least you are better than me. So I believe you guys can make it out of group for sure. Like I truly believe that. So
For sure this time, right? This
yeah,
time it's gonna happen.
yeah, cheer for you. Okay, thank
Thank
you
you.
for your interview. Thank you.
Thank you, Olleh.
Yeah.